thank you very much for inviting me here today. But I want to start off by thanking the Socialist Caucus for your endorsement during the leadership. It was a real honor, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to sit down and speak with you, speak with members of the caucus at the event in Toronto. But with that, I mean, I think that I think the work that you continue to do and the activism that each and every one of you is involved with in terms of youth, in terms of workers' rights, in terms of migrant workers, is really critical work within our party, but also within our society more broadly as well. And I mean, I think we all know the times that we're in that are becoming more and more hostile for Canadians, for working Canadians, for Canadians living in poverty under Harper. And all the more reason to do the work that we're doing. This weekend there's some exciting resolutions being discussed. I know a lot of us are talking about the one, but I do want to put another one on the radar. We had a very interesting discussion today in one of our panels on sex workers' rights and understanding the need to look at a model that doesn't marginalize and criminalize women that are in sex work, and that's going to be a panel coming up tomorrow afternoon, so I'd encourage you to take a look at it and also apply the same kind of lens that we apply when we're talking about working people to women and men that are involved in sex work and the concept of justice. I mean, there's a number of other resolutions. I know I know there's always room for debate, but the piece on the preamble, which is unfortunately something that's galvanized a lot more media attention than without us properly talking about it, is something that deserves to be talked about properly amongst us as members, and definitely with the respect that any debate ought to have. And I've said it to members. I mean, many of you know in the last go around I was one of the people that opposed the previous preamble, and I didn't. Well, it was just gutting it actually, and thought it was extremely problematic the way we were going about it. And I feel that I mean, there's clearly work that's been done to come up with a better, more document. And I feel it's something in its current form that leaves more to be desired. And I think some of the concepts brought in do reflect some of the emerging things that we've been working on. I understand even today it came up around recognizing Indigenous peoples in Canada, which is a critical point. I'd like to see more attention when it comes to women and feminism, and more broadly social movements that are a key part of who we are as a party, which I think needs to be reflected. But there's no question that we also need to make sure that when we're talking about the economy, and that's really what the previous preamble was very much focused on, is that we continue to be a clear alternative in building an economy that benefits people, number one. And that's I recognize the work that's been done on the concept of social ownership. I think that's a very critical point. I know there's others that have talked about we praise the work of cooperatives and making sure that we're looking at alternative economic models in everything that we do. And I think I think it's clear Canadians gave us a stronger mandate in the last election because they want an alternative. But what we also know is that around the world, more and more people are looking and fighting for an alternative vision of the economy. I think I mentioned at our event in Toronto my connection to Greece and my family connection, that is, and what people are going through right now, and the impact of austerity, the impact of previously the corporate agenda, and really the impoverishment at record rates, high speed of people in Greece, something we're seeing all across Southern Europe as well. And people are looking to build an alternative, and I think we should continue in that direction. We should look at strengthening and making sure that our preamble has that remains true to this idea of building an alternative vision of the economy that benefits Canadians, and that looks at also, very importantly, resonating with Canadians that are amongst the first who have been left out. Those living in poverty, Canadians that are struggling in precarious work, and struggling to make do in an increasingly unstable economy, facing what is Harper's kind of austerity. So I think that this is an important debate to have, and I definitely want to acknowledge the work of so many of you as members in saying that we need to go forward and make sure what we're doing. But I am cognizant of the door that is closing, and I respect the work that needs to be done in here to set up. But I will wrap it up there, and thank you very much for giving me a chance to connect.